Okay. Some people might have a problem with me sharing this, but I've come to a conclusion that the problem, certainly among African Americans, I don't know about other people, but one of our greatest problem is those of us that either are doing better off than others, these uppity people, or whether they're politicians or whether they got a good job and you didn't get a good job, so their life went well, so they're always looking down on everybody else, saying you're just making excuses for yourself. Anybody can be successful and all this shit. When the truth is, sometime early in their young adult life, they ran into somebody that gave them an opportunity for a great paying job, and they just stumbled into it and never looked back. That does happen to people. I want to talk about the fact that I think the older people should tell the younger people the things that they learn along the way, so that sometime in their life they'll have some guidelines. If you ever get hurt on your job, right, and you go to the emergency room, that emergency room person will just tell you something strained or whatever. They'll give you 800 milligrams of ibuprofen, and they'll tell you have a good day. You're probably sprained or something, and if the pain persists 2 weeks from now, go see your family physician. What they don't tell you is that the next shift, 10 hours later, a technician comes in, and a technician reads those x-rays. And the sad part about it is they are not required to tell the patient what they found. Let me say that one more time. When you go to the hospital in the emergency room, a lady comes in, she's like from the administrative office. She's going to ask you your name, your date of birth, your phone number, and do you have insurance, where do you work at, all these types of things, right? But once you leave that emergency room, the law does not require them, nor will they volunteer to tell you additional information about your visit after you leave. So let me translate that. Let's say years later or sometime later, you have a problem with that same injury. The insurance adjuster can go to the hospital where you had your x-ray done, and down in their records room, they will have an entire profile on you. They'll have the doctor's notes. They'll have the technician's notes. The technician that read your x-ray that says you had this and had that. This is information you will never know. You'll never even know it. This has happened to me twice, and I didn't figure it out till years after the second time. I'm like, And I was fishing around online, and somebody was talking about it, about that subject. And I'm like, And so I asked for my medical records from a hospital visit one time, and I'll be damned. I had some fractured shit, and they're not even, if you have a fractured bone, they're not required to call you a day later and say, hey man, we just want to let you know a technician read your x-rays the shift after you left, and you have a fractured so-and-so. They're not required to tell you shit. But the insurance adjuster can go back, and that's ammunition for the insurance adjuster, because they can say, well, we're not going to pay because on such and such a date and year such and such a date, this happened and that happened. And you will call the insurance adjuster a bald-faced lie. That's because the insurance adjuster has information that you know not of. Now, why am I bringing this up? Because this week I was having a problem. I was like, I got in and out of the truck and a shipper, and it was like I couldn't fucking walk. I had so much pain in my ankles. It was like I couldn't stand up. I got scared. I'm like, so I fought with it for 2 days, and then finally, thank God for Fridays. Friday happens, what happens on a Friday? Friday, you get a restart over the weekend. So I sat here for about 15 hours instead of 10, and all of a sudden when I got up, I said, well, since I'm on a restart, I might as well go to the emergency room and see if something broke, right? But I said, just in case, let me put my clothes on and walk back to the back of the trailer and walk back to the front and see if I still can't walk. So I stood up and I said, oh shit. Because when I stood up, that pain, all that debilitating pain was gone. So I walked to the back of the trailer and I got back. I couldn't even climb in the truck yesterday. I'm talking about when I went to get in the truck, I could, the people at the truck stop came outside. They were so concerned. They had to help me get up into the truck. That's how bad pain I was in. I couldn't even climb in the truck. So I got back in the truck and I was sitting here for hours trying to figure this shit out, right? What in the fuck's going on? So I've been on this journey for hours. And you know what I found out? I found out another secret. I had an MRI done January the 3rd or some shit, right? Do you know the doctor's office is not required to call you and tell you what happened? So what I did, I went over to a portal. So this is why I'm telling you. For all you out there, you got doctor's offices and shit that you go to, your family doctor and stuff, you need to go to their portal. You need to log in. You need to click on test results. And you need to click on all the doctor's notes and see what the fuck they put in there. This used to not be available. Now it is. So I looked at the damn MRI and it said I have a tibio-talar joint and midfoot with the collapse of the midfoot, finding the typical with end-stage osteoarthritis. Now you would think osteoarthritis. Now come on, man. My kinfolks had arthritis. All my kinfolks just about. I don't think my mama has it. I don't know. But most of my kinfolks on my daddy's side all had arthritis. I'm like, arthritis ain't all that painful and shit. It can't possibly be arthritis. But for 2 hours, I was sitting here studying arthritis, right? And when I looked down here at this, where's the last one? Where's the last thing? Last one. Okay. There were nothing unusual was in my MRI till I got to this last part. The joint space, right? The talar dome is intact. Severe joint space narrowing of the subchronal cysts that are seen along the tibial plafond in the talar dome, worse along the posterior aspect of the tibio-talar joint with hypertrophic marginal osteophytes, most typical of advanced osteoarthritis. So I've been on this little hunting. I've been doing some hunting, studying advanced osteoarthritis and looking up this posterior aspect of the tibio joint, all this shit right here, right? I just Googled it just for the hell of it, right? And I'm like, whoa. So I called an emergency room and asked to talk to a nurse. And I told her, I was considering getting an x-ray done and all that. And we were just going through it. She said, yeah, it could be this, could be that. But then when I told her where this arthritis was at, she said, yep. She said, that flares up. That flares up from time to time. So I might have stood up wrong, twisted wrong, got in and out of the truck wrong. I don't know what I did. All I know is that when I walked in the shipper, all of a sudden something was different. There was a pain that I never felt before. And then by the 2-3 hours later, all of a sudden it was debilitating pain. I'm talking about I could not stand up. I could put no weight at all on my ankle. So my sole thing for everyone to know is, now that these doctor's offices have put these portals in there, you need to go and look in the portals on your own at your results. If you had any, not just x-ray done, echocardiogram, what is that other thing that it's a C, starts with a C. I can't remember the name of it. There's an x-ray, CAT scan. If you had a CAT scan done, if you had an MRI done, go in the portal, click on results, and look at your own shit. Because, man, they're not required to tell you shit. The doctor didn't call me because they would have to explain to me what all this means. And I'll tell you what it means. It means that what I need to do is buy a walking boot. So that if it ever happens again, because I haven't been in this kind of pain since I first hurt my ankle in, I don't know, it was 2010. I don't know what year it was, right? I hadn't felt this kind of pain since then. So this just this one event in all those years. And it could happen tomorrow again. And I'll never know that somewhere along the line, this here osteo, all this shit here with these cysts and along the tibial platform of the talar dome, along the posterior aspect of the tibial joint. I started looking at images of where all these locations was. I'm like, God damn. I'm like, okay, I got it. Okay, I get it. I got 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 it. And you're going to end up doing the same thing too. Because these doctors' offices, they don't care about you. Your doctors, they don't care about you. My doctor never called me and said, hey, we just want to let you know this is how we couldn't figure out, you said where your pain is coming from. But you know what they were sitting there doing? They were thinking that I was imagining pain. But what I didn't know is my pain could come from arthritis. I thought my ankle was broken. I was told I have a torn tendon somewhere. And the results say you don't have a torn tendon. I'm like, huh? I'm like, who's lying here? These test results are the test results from like 2010 or some shit, right? Somebody's lying. So it makes you wonder. You'd be like, you don't trust nobody no more. You might get to that point. I'm serious. You might get to the point where you're just so angry that you don't trust anybody because nobody really gives a damn. You're like, well, unless they're doing a surgery where they can make a lot of money or putting you in a hospital where everybody gets paid, they don't give a fuck about you. They don't. They'll let you sit in an emergency room for hours and hours and hours and hours. They don't give a damn about you unless it's some money involved. I just want to put it out there. Some people think everybody cares. I'm going to tell you, no, everybody does not care. It's not that the Republicans are so mean. It's that the country that we live in has come to a point of gross heartlessness. In other words, they not only don't give a damn about you, they're no longer shy about letting it known that they don't give a damn about you. So the rich people, I want to say this. The rich people got rich because of us little people that are buying their products. Whether it is the guy with the job or the guy without the job that's disabled that's buying all their products, whether it's their cell phones or their food or whatever else they're selling, their laptop, or fishing around on their websites. Any way it goes, these rich people, we're buying their products. So when they act like they're just, they're so rich now, and they don't have to give a damn about the poor people, without the poor people, where would they be? So what they want to do now, they want to get rid of the little people. All the people that made them rich. All the people that bought their products. Now, people have been buying Apple products all these years. People have been buying, laptops and using Windows, Microsoft Windows all these years. These people are now filthy rich people been buying Amazon products all these years. And now these people that have made all this money from other people buying their products want to liquidate the people that buy their products and create their own new utopia on planet Earth. And it's about time that the news start talking about this shit, because that's what it is. It's a takeover. So I know I went on a rant right there, but it's true. The powers that be are trying to take over the planet and get rid of everyone else. You're liable to see viruses and cancers take off on a level you've never seen before, because the stuff they're doing now doesn't make any sense whatsoever. If we would focus on being on other planets, then our planet is not overpopulated, it's underpopulated. That's the way I see it. So anyway, those are my thoughts for the moment. When it comes to your health care, take advantage of these portals, because no one's going to explain it to you. No one's going to tell you, hey, everything about you is in the portal. And if it's not in the portal, you can write us and ask for it, like I just did the other day. I want all my doctor's notes from this another place I've been in the past. All my doctor's notes and reports, because I called them and said, "Oh, we don't have it. No, that's so old. Man, I tell you, it's not in our system. We don't have it." So I persisted so long, they finally told me, "But there's a third party that you can use that can go find your medical records from way back in goddamn ancient and prehistoric days. They have an agency. All you have to do is fill out a form," which I did, "and they can go back to the time before time and find any records from any doctor's office anywhere." So I filled that out, and they're going to get all my shit to me. And then when I get that, then I'm going to raise some more hell, because it's something I noticed here the other day that I want to get to the bottom of it. Anyway, those are my thoughts for the moment. Everybody have a good day.